Alright, so gather round because Washington, D.C. is at it again. You know the drill. Every few months, America's politicians play a game of chicken with the entire economy. It's their favorite pastime, right after insider trading and pretending to read long documents. They threaten to shut down the government, like turning off the Wi-Fi for the whole country. But this time is different. Why? Because the potential collapse now involves a deeply silly, AI-generated video of politicians wearing sombreros and dancing. Yes, you heard me. The nation teeters on the brink, and the central piece of evidence is a meme. It's like World War I started over a whoopee cushion. The year is 2025. Our political discourse has reached peak internet. Forget dusty old scrolls and quill pens. Our founding fathers are probably spinning, or because someone put them in a TikTok dance filter. So, who is the twisted genius behind this masterpiece of political satire? The video was first posted online by the House Freedom Caucus. The clip itself is a work of art, if your idea of art is a fever dream. It shows prominent Democrats, president, vice president, and congressional leaders. They're not just wearing them, they're dancing. Bizarre, off-rhythm salsa. Mariachi music blares. Digital confetti rains down. Caption: the Democrats' open border fiesta is costing you a fortune. Time to end the party. Subtle? About as subtle as a foghorn in a library. Democrats did not LOL. They went ballistic. They condemned it as racist, tone-deaf propaganda. They called it digital brownface, a caricature that harms real people. Reducing Latino culture to a party prop is profoundly disrespectful. Outrage spread fast. Sombrero scandal trended within an hour. Commentators said it's a symptom of deeper problems. That the meme sits at the center of debate tells you everything. We've moved past policy into a meme war. Did Republicans reflect and apologize? Oh, you sweet summer child. Of course not. This is Washington. They doubled down. When called racist, they pivoted. A video is the problem? The real problem is the southern border and taxpayer-funded healthcare. Classic pivot and attack. Ignore the meme critique. Change subject to immigration. Outrage framed as political correctness. The left is more offended by a sombrero in a meme than by fentanyl pouring across the border. They want you to pay for healthcare for illegal immigrants, while our own veterans wait in line. Democrats painted as out-of-touch elites clutching pearls. Debating racism is messy. Border talk is GOP home turf. Each outrage clip became, see? They won't talk about the border. They'd rather cry about a meme. In GOP media, the reaction was the scandal. They argued the real offense was the healthcare proposal. The conversation shifted from stereotypes to immigration and political correctness. Let's peel back this meme-fueled onion and look at the real issue. It comes down to a provision funding healthcare for undocumented immigrants. Democrats argue it's a moral and public health imperative. Prevent disease, lower ER costs, do the humane thing. Emergency care costs more, and taxpayers pay anyway. Funding community health centers is compassionate and economically smart. A healthy community is an inclusive community. Republicans see it as rewarding illegal immigration with taxpayer dollars. They call it a slap in the face to citizens who follow the rules. They argue it becomes a magnet for more illegal crossings. To them, it's about sovereignty and rule of law. Republicans refuse any bill with this funding. They frame it as fiscal responsibility and security. Every dollar to a non-citizen is a dollar not to an American. Politically potent framing. It's the hill they're willing to let the government die on. The sombrero meme was just the spark for a much deeper fight. Then the internet dug up old receipts, clips of Chuck Schumer. Back in the late 2000s, he sounded more hardline on illegal immigration. In a 2009 clip, he calls illegal immigration wrong and pushes enforcement. Conservative media ran it on loop next to 2025 Schumer defending healthcare access. The implication? He abandoned principles for politics. Critics said he caved to the left and flip-flopped on security. His team argued views evolved and clips were stripped of reform context, including a path to citizenship. They pointed to economic and humanitarian complexity. But nuance can't beat a viral clip. The resurfaced videos put him in a bind. How can our position be extreme if your leader held it? Became the refrain. It complicated democratic messaging. American politics shifts. What was mainstream can turn toxic, and vice versa. Now it's a fight over who said what, when, and why not anymore. Context got drowned out by the noise. As the shutdown clock ticks, both parties feel the heat, and the cracks. Dem leaders show unity, but whispers of division grow. Moderates worry the healthcare fight is a political loser. They fear a fiscal irresponsibility narrative sticks. They see a shutdown as a disaster blamed on the party in power. Polls. Most oppose shutdown, split on funding non-citizens. Independents lean GOP on taxpayer funding. Purple state Dems panic. Freedom Caucus cheers chaos. Establishment is horrified. They remember shutdowns backfiring. Some Republicans want to focus on inflation, not a racially charged meme. They plead, take the policy win and pass a clean bill. But hardliners feel emboldened and in control. Pragmatic governance or permanent revolution? Wrangling their own members makes a deal elusive. Where's the former president? Not sidelines. He's pouring gasoline on the fire. He praises hardliners, calls the video genius, labels negotiators rhinos, and threatens primaries. Blunt strategy: force a shutdown to hurt the administration. He sees a golden opportunity. Chaos feeds a future comeback narrative. He urges the most extreme to hold the line, signaling he still controls the party. It's about power, not policy. Outcome 1, Democrats cave. Strip funding to keep government open, angering progressives. Outcome 2, Republicans cave. Moderates defy Trump, sparking a GOP civil war. Most likely, a shutdown. Both sides are dug in. Hundreds of thousands furloughed. Parks close. Services grind to a halt. And it's inflamed by a stupid AI meme. The line between real crisis and viral joke is gone.